Hey, welcome back to another video, everyone. First off, seriously, thank you all so much for the support lately. As of this recording, we are 3 subscribers away from 400. Absolutely crazy. Over 100 gained in about a week. Can't tell you how much I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Today's video is going to be a special one. We've got an upcoming 1v1 tournament utilizing Horton's Frontline mod in the main Go Discord. Early rounds should be early war. So this is a practice game using the mod, and full transparency, I've never actually played it before, other than these couple games that I did. So you're going to see me kind of figure things out as we go. We're playing on the farmland map, one that I'm not particularly fond of. And we are going up against Beast of the East, also known as General Wiener on YouTube. Go check the man out. He makes some fantastic content. We'll have his link down below as well. Huge thanks to Beast for running some practice games with me. He is also in the tournament, so good practice for him as well. But let's get on into it. So we are playing as the Germans, and Horton has done a fantastic job of expanding out the rosters. These maps can also be played 8v8, so everything feels huge in comparison to kind of vanilla here. We're playing as the irregular doctrine. I feel like I almost always, in at least vanilla, end up running the offensive doctrine for early war, mainly because it has the flak wagon, the 8 centimeter flak on the back of that half track. But I figured, considering I had known nothing about the mod, I try out some different doctrines, see what works, see what doesn't work. Hopefully we can make it past the first couple rounds to actually get to like the mid and late war. I'm pretty sure each round, maybe after the first two, will be a different one. So I know Horton's mod has some crazy vehicles and stuff for late war, so I'm hoping we make it that far. But yeah, regular early war against beasts. He's the Soviets playing as, I think, the irregular doctrine as well. So 2 irregular doctrines here. I have no idea what he gets in his. It's pretty cool. Some of these squads are I mean, I know early war squads are very large to begin with. And we kind of rushed out to the middle here, obviously. I haven't really said much about the gameplay yet, but we rushed out to the middle. Beast kind of actually neglected the middle. Our spawn is different from what it is in vanilla. And the cap points are a little bit different, at least on the far east side. Vanilla is actually further out towards the edge of the map. Here it's actually the windmill, which is pretty cool. Apparently it used to be that way back in vanilla. I don't even know if I was playing at that time, but it's certainly changed since then. We had a double squad start. One squad heading over to C. Aptly got rinsed by Beast. He made it there first. I don't know if his spawn changed, but we're actually in the far right corner, which is different. Normally my start on this map actually would have been to try to secure the east point, but we're way closer here to the west point, so we're gonna try to make our push here. He hasn't really pushed anything into the middle. I'm pretty comfortable with the midpoint as of now, and the squad that we kind of have there remaining. And we're gonna get a half track along with looks like a small vet squad here. So we'll get these guys out, see what they can do, see what the half track can do as well. And I swear, I don't know if it's just the fact that in this mod you can zoom so much further out. I do apologize. I don't recall how much of the game I spent this far zoomed out. I think I was just playing it like a full-blown RTS at this point. For future games, especially in the tournament, I will try to be a little more zoomed in, I promise. But man, am I zoomed out far. It's kind of crazy. You can almost see everything on the map. Although it's hard to see some of the individual infantry when they do blend in, especially so far out. But we got to get this right point. I know early in the match you saw me calling a motor recon bike, which is pretty cool. 3 guys on a single bike. So that's a pretty cool call in. Don't know if I'd call that in again because I did not have the time to micro it. Beast was going to set up a Maxim on the hill, try to gun us down, but thankfully the half track takes care of that very quickly. And these vets are able to kind of push this point. So his early hold on this point is starting to fall. We do have a second squad coming in, and out of the blue, there's a T-40. Absolutely rinses the half track. So we're going to get an AT squad, an AT squad up, AT rifle up. Because we have no early tanks at the moment. Although we are 3 seconds away from tier 1. We'll see what we get. We're going to smoke out with these guys. And we have a Panzer II Flamme. Pretty insane. I don't think I've ever seen one of these before. So, absolutely going to have to call this thing in and see what it can do. This AT rifle should make quick work of the T-40, thankfully. But we are also going to call in a Panzer 35T MP buy. Something I'd never usually buy, but, you know, early war. You do what you can. Do what you need to do. So AT rifle has hole broken it. We will put an AT grenade on it just for good measure. Take out these 2 guys. Looks like he's got some type of gun coming in. I don't know if that's a AT gun or a like field howitzer type. It looks like there's another tank or something. Holy, there's a whole other company on the other side of this hill. Oh my god. Band of Brothers moment right there. We do not catch them out in the open. If we caught them in this riverbed, that would have been a slaughter. But we're just a little behind. But unfortunately, he does manage to decrew the Maxim we were going to try to get. But we do bring up the flame tank, and the range is minimal. Probably should have gone for the closer guy first, but I wanted to try to get the center of the big massive infantry blob. Unfortunately, we do get taken out by an AT grenade, so that was short-lived. But now I know the thing has, I think, 30 range, less than 30 range. So, gotta get real close to be able to utilize it. But two different points, I don't know what you'd call them. They're not spigots, but 2 different places on it that you can actually shoot the flame out. So 2 turrets, duh. I guess turret's a good word to use. 2 turrets is pretty cool. I just didn't micro it very well. So slightly unfortunate, but still repairable. We'll try to get that thing up. We're going to bring in a vet squad, a huge beefy squad, because the early war, Germany still had the manpower to kind of funnel in as many men as possible. So we'll get these guys up to the front, especially now that Beast is starting to make his move onto the middle, now that he's lost this point. And he's got a couple stragglers from that secondary squad, along with, I don't even know what that is, dual MG light tank coming in. No idea. I'm not well versed in early war. I've only played a couple games. I think the last game I played was 2v2 as the Brits in early war. So it's got whatever that is, which looks absolutely atrocious, but I'm sure it'll do something to me if I don't take it out. So we'll bring up the 35T, try to deal with that. But the vet squad spread out here, and we'll also get a second Luftwaffe squad here to actually dig some foxholes while the vets are laying down the lead. So we're going to dig in. One thing I definitely noticed with HORTEN'S mod is you can call in a ton more stuff than base game. So the amount of infantry I have on the field, we probably would have been capped like 2 squads ago. Between that and the 38T or 35T. So definitely a big plus. Definitely enjoying that. We'll repair the Maxim since it is damaged. We're going to dig in some foxholes, move this guy up, put him on hold fire, just so that we get early warning. There's some type of a light gun on the far left point. Can't really see it, but looks like 2 guys did die somehow. So, something's over there. Well, he has a recruited. Sounds like a howitzer. Trying to decide what I wanted to do at this point. A lot of unique buys. We'll repair the Panzer II. We'll also maybe repair Beast's funky light tank. Maybe get that thing up and running. We'll at least move a guy over to it. Although he does have crewmen still behind it, so we'll have to deal with him with a grenade. But he is decap in the middle still. We're pretty even. We've got a slight lead. Yeah, it is. It looks like some type of field house there he did call in. It was probably a DP buy, maybe. I don't know. Could be an MP buy. That'll be slightly annoying, but looks like the shell might be fairly small. We're kind of spread out, so I think we'll be okay. We're going to call in a second Flame Panzer. DP buys are kind of meh. Everything's pretty cheap at the very least. And I thought I had a rifle grenade, but I actually have a grenade pistol, which is crazy. I knew these were a thing. I don't think they're in base game, but I knew obviously they were prevalent in real life. So very cool to see that thing. No idea how it works or how good it is, but I'm excited to see that in action. Yeah, I don't play a lot of modded Gates of Hell. It's a lot of base vanilla. So if there's any other mods you guys want to recommend, I try to maybe get some multiplayer games going. By all means, please recommend away. I'm very excited for these Horton tournament games. So I want to definitely try to make it as far as I can. You'll probably see. Let's see. So this is gonna come out tomorrow and Friday. You'll probably see one more game, maybe next Monday. Maybe on Monday I'll do one more Horten's game against Beast. We did probably 3 or 4 in one session, so definitely got some good stuff to show. But we're going to utilize this second Flame Panzer to try to take out some of these buildings and the cover. The mini-map's kind of screwing me up, and unfortunately this guy does get an AT grenade off. Not the mini-map, but just me being zoomed out so far in direct control. So we do unfortunately get tracked and engined, and I actually didn't notice the engine at that point. I thought it was only a track. Beast is doing the same thing though, smart man. He's got a KHT Flame out in the field that is going to put some pretty significant damage onto my infantry numbers in the foxholes. You have the 35D, although he doesn't have a good shot because of the building. And we do have that pistol grenadier, but it's not really doing anything either. Thankfully, we do get an AT grenade off. We'll take out this annoying thing. Once the crew gets gunned down. Oh man, those dual flamethrowers just roast those guys. Crazy. But yeah, Beast is hiding all his guys on this midpoint in kind of these chicken wire enclosures. And unfortunately, we see the Beast T-28 coming out now. So I know I'm short-lived. I thought I was repaired, but it turns out we only repaired the engine. So there's no hope for us. He just undoes the work that we just did. So that T-28 should finish us off. Super unfortunate. Short-lived. Short-lived. But losing that might be okay, because it is going to free up some cap space, considering we are CP locked right now. So maybe we can get something that can kind of counter him. So I doubt the 35 key will do it. But right now, it's just kind of a cap, decap game against Beast. He's a very good opponent. A lot of our games do tend to end up kind of like this, you know, back and forth, kind of slugfest in the middle until one of us finally makes a move that turns the tide of the battle. So, always love playing against Beast wherever we can. We did call in a Panzer IV with the short stubby barrel. First target, we're going to try to go for this howitzer. Well, it is kind of hidden behind the point. Trying to get it. And we'll say sorry, Beast. I think we did get a lucky far shoot there. I think we're only a meter or so over, I'll say. But I do apologize, man. That one went way further than what I was aiming. And with tier 2, we've got some interesting call-ins. I'm very interested with the Butte Panzer Crusader through I think it's Mark III that we can potentially call in. I don't know how effective it's going to be. And Beast and I were actually in a Discord call where we were playing these games. And he was kind of baiting me. I thought he might have like an early T-34. And if he did, I would have been... I doubt that would have penned. the Crusader would have been able to pen it. So I was kind of holding out here. Just to kind of see what he does. Because I have no idea. I didn't actually know what doctrine he was until later on in this game. But he does have a Dishka setup that is just kind of laying into the midpoint. Unfortunately, he's also kind of impeded by the chicken wire. I wanted to try to lob a shell into that blob. I waited so long and then I got impatient and ended up taking out one of my own guys. So slightly unfortunate. I wanted a Fallschirmjäger squad to put a little pressure over here, but Beast is significantly dug in. And while that's going on, the T-28 is unfortunately going to work against 35T. Looks like most of the crew's dead. We are turreted as well. Could go for some Brandenburger, do some sneak tactics, potentially, but it's a little more micro-intensive to kind of make sure that happens. We also have a Flak 41, which could be pretty good to get rid of some of this infantry in the middle. But I'm actually eyeing what I potentially have in tier 3. But first, we're going to go head-to-head with whatever artillery piece this is, AT piece. We do fully decrew it, and we do get it off. I'm pretty sure that's a DP buy. 76 mil, I think that said. So... very nice to get that out of the way. And even if it's not a DP buy, it's probably pretty hefty MP-wise in my hopes early war. So, feeling pretty good to get that out of the way now. Kind of gives run-through time for my panzers here. So we're going to arc some shots over at the Dishka. See another full squad coming in, so I'm going to try to get them. We are just short. The Fallschirmjäger flank really has kind of fallen apart, so got a lot of X's over there. Would be a great time for a medic if there weren't a bunch of sharpshooters just on the hill. But for now, we'll use the Panzer IV, try to take out some of these guys in the middle, regain cap. Wait. We've got a Falchion Pioneer squad coming in as well, so we'll smoke out, get these guys in with their veterancy and higher cap weight. We see the T-28. I think that's still the same first T-28. Reorienting itself towards Beast's side of the point. I think he's probably looking to do the same thing I'm doing here. It looks like he also has a light tank of some type on kind of his point area as well. He's got something there at least. Yeah. Very light tank of some type. But so far, it's been a pretty stagnant game. There's definitely opportunities for probably both Beast and I. Like, I could be taking advantage of the southwest side and probably applying pressure onto his spawn. Especially like I was saying with the Brandenburgers, do some sneak tactics. He could also probably put some pressure on my spawn over on the northeast. I only have a single guy out there, kind of give him a watch. We went to challenge the AT of whatever sort, and we switched actually to heat to try to go after the T-28, and we somehow get the crew off the gun in the back. We missed the T-28 completely and hit that. He does recrew it, or at least he's repairing it. And with our heat rounds, we do manage to do some damage to the T-28, but they got numbers in that bad boy. I don't know how many I don't exactly know how many crew are in there, but more than we've taken out, that's for sure. But the original Panzer II Flame is up, so we're gonna bring him over to the middle, see if we can continue doing something over there. But I actually decided to call in this Falchion Morser, I think that said, squad. And we're also going to bring in one of these little supply wagons, which is pretty cool. I know these are in the base game, just not in multiplayer. They're in Conquest. So, pretty cool to see that. But I went with that squad because I actually wanted to use the light mortar. It's so cool that there's a light mortar in the game. I wish it was in base game because light mortars were so prevalent. Obviously the Brits have the 270 mortar. But yeah, I mean, I know the Germans use light mortars as well. Very heavily and very effectively. So, very excited to see that. We'll see what that does once we get it up to the point. But we've got a pretty decent blob of infantry around here. Definitely a lot of vets as well. And we could call in more too. So I think Beast is just kind of having a tough time getting guys into the point. And we got too complacent. I kind of forgot that his spawn didn't really move, or maybe it did, but it's a nasty side shot on there's a 4 there, unfortunately. So we do lose one, but where there's one, there's more. Hopefully, things are fairly cheap in early war. So we will call in another one immediately, and hopefully nothing will drastically change for us is the goal. Although now we'll have a AT gun, it's a World War I AT gun almost, to kind of deal with over there. So we'll have to be a bit wary of that where we push. But I think Beast kind of gets a little, some will say excited at the opportunity. So he moves up the T-28. I'm pretty sure he has line of sight on me. It seems like vision is probably boosted in this for some. Or maybe he's got someone that can see me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just closer than I think because I'm so zoomed out. But he does back up. We are using AP, and we do surprisingly track him. And we are penning him. But he did move over the field gun. He does kill the driver. He does crew shock us. I'm hoping I can get another shot off before he does. We do blast the guys off the gun. And our reload is just way quicker than they can get up with that concussed state. So we do take it out finally. So that's great. 76 mil. And we switch over to heat because I know the heat rounds are absolutely going to demolish the T-28. I think we'll have better luck taking them out with those than we would with AP. Truthfully. Finally hull break it. It's still up. In theory, it can be repaired. But I'm happy with the hull break for now. And he was trying to move up the AT gun while we were trying to finish that thing off. But thankfully the ruins there kind of protect us a little bit. We'll back up as he's backing off. And we'll start shelling the Dishka area. And considering how small the light mortar is, we'll actually bring it into the foxhole and utilize that, which is crazy, crazy work. Now we should be in a pretty good position to start shelling pretty much all the way over to where the Dishka is. Maybe a little shorter than that. So we'll have that whole area covered for the most part. And we are just about 3.5 away. So I'm already starting to think what I want and what I need. Circumstances definitely will dictate what I ultimately buy. But I am, as you saw, as of now, thinking of going with the Nebelwerfer. I would assume the rockets are the smaller version. They are not the late war rockets. So I don't know how much work they're going to do. As Beast is calling in 2 mortars on some field. Crazy. But I think Nebelwerfer will be good to kind of keep the infantry off the point and just kind of keep buying our time. But we did call in a Fallschirmjäger, I believe it's a Fallschirm Recon, Fallschirm Aufklär squad to go on the hunt all the way out to the northeast. I'm going to bring them all the way down to the edge of the map and then push towards Beast's, what I'm going to call his home point for now. See if we might be able to do something and flip the script here to try to cap off the end of the game. As I can feel the momentum that we have. I even pulled back a vet crewman to potentially put in whatever I call in next if just in case there's any opportunity to boost accuracy and veterancy and reload and things like that. I was made aware that it potentially doesn't do it for reactive artillery, so I do know that now. But if it was an artilleryman, I do believe that may have an effect, considering they are different types. But I wanted to challenge the AT gun with the 35T, considering it was just kind of sitting there. It wasn't really doing much for me. We missed our first shot, as we saw, and unfortunately, that was our doom. Looking here, I do believe that guy probably spotted us, unfortunately, as Beast is bringing over the light tank now to kind of hunt us down. But we're going to go prone and try to sneak up if we can. And he has started to decap the middle with what I believe is a vet squad. But thankfully, with the short barrel, we'll hopefully make some pretty quick work here from them and get them out. But we will call in our most elite infantry as well to just kind of reinforce this point. If the plan works, even if we lose middle, we'll still have 2 points, ultimately. That's the goal. But I got to figure out how to deal with this light tank. So I'm going to split the guys up into 2 kind of fire teams and see what we can do. 1 main blob and then a couple smaller guys along with the, what I believe is the pistol grenade launcher. But I'm going to move the ammo up a little bit closer to the mortar. Just to make sure that thing doesn't fully run out of ammo, which I actually believe it has. I do see Beast making a concentrated push now with the... Oh, it's a T-27. So he's coming with the T-27. We try with the first AT grenade. He packs up just in time and we whiff. We try with the second. We whiff. I got everyone on hold fire, so no one's firing at the guys that are moving up. We throw a third grenade. We whiff yet again, but it does somehow manage to take him out. Yeah, I guess he was just in the blast radius, so lucky us. So the T-27 goes down. We get everyone immediately off of hold fire. So we're going to start laying into these guys. Clear the path now that that thing's gone. And we are at tier 3 as well. We will have options, but I'm going to have the light mortar just continually shell where I know his guys are kind of hunkering down. And we're going to continue to crawl up to his home point. But I did call in the Nebel. You decide to go that route. I'm going to try to clear off as much of the infantry as I can. That's my goal here. We're so close. We're at 828. T-28 cooks off. And then I see whatever the hell this thing is. This ugly looking behemoth. SMK. I know it's in the base game, but I just rarely play Light War, so... I know... Or, Light War. Whoa. Early War. Excuse me. So, I have no idea how to play against this thing. No idea what counters it. No idea if it's boosted in HORTEN'S mod. Hopefully a Panzer IV will do anything. Maybe the Nebel will do something. Maybe we won't have to worry about it and we'll win the game before then. But holy hell, that thing is big. And 2 massive turrets. I am very worried that I have nothing that's going to pen that thing right now. Maybe if we can track it, we can get a plane on it. We still have 65 DP. What else could we do? Could also maybe go with the 15 centimeter field howitzer. I'm sure that will probably do it. But we do call in a Nebel barrage onto the middle. We're going to try to clear some of these guys out. It's pretty inaccurate. Doesn't do much. I don't even know if it got a kill there. We've smoked out on the approach leading up to Beast Point, but he still has quite a few guys there. He's also getting into a very nice position to go head-to-head with the Panzer IV. So we will challenge him. He misses first shot. I'm hoping a heat round to a turret may do something to it. We unfortunately take out the tree first. Second one hits. Back side of it doesn't do much, it looks like. That one I thought hit a turret, but maybe it was just dead on. Doesn't do anything. Now we're up to AP and we are bouncing, baby. We're bouncing. In desperation, I'm trying to now track. Should have done that at first, but we do bounce and miss again, and he does one tap us. At that point, we were already kind of damaged either way, so we were going down regardless, but how to take that out? So we are now on fire. But we'll get the crew back. Maybe the Crusader will do it. You never know. Probably not, but we'll go with another Panzer IV. Maybe if we bring it out this way and try to get a side shot, we can do something. As he's getting very, very crazy with this thing. He's pushing straight on up. He knows I can't do anything against it. I even sent a couple fodder up to maybe get a lucky AT grenade if they can somehow make it, but I doubt it. Neville's nearly back in action. Very quick reload, thankfully, which is pretty nice compared to some of the bigger Neville's. We'll put this thing onto the massive infantry coming in. Maybe we'll get a lucky shot on the SMK. Looks like we hit close, but not on it. Trying to see what angle I can kind of take with the Panzer IV. And it looks like in the meantime, these guys have pretty much cleared off to this point in the defensive infantry. He does have some type of emplacement in the back and a light tank coming up, though. Well, one or two of those guys might flip it. And I actually missed by here. I didn't mean to get the mortar one. I meant to go with the second one. But we got another light mortar squad coming up. So we'll have 2 light mortars once we decide to move it. But he's going crazy with the SMK. I'm going to challenge him. Hit the freaking wall. First shot. So now my element of surprise is gone. I was hoping for that side shot. We still managed to hit the side, but I think we do nothing. We whiffed that shot. We are decapping, though. He's stopped us right there, though. But we're so close. 981. If we continue to do some kills, we might have this in the bag. But the SMK does engine us. He is now out of range, so there's nothing we can really do. We are at 990 though, and he's decapped everywhere, so this should thankfully be it. We don't have to worry about figuring out a counter to that thing yet, but if I come across that in the tournament, I don't know what I'll do. So hope you guys enjoyed this practice round. It was a lot of fun. Thanks again, Beast, for running these with me. I'll put up the kills here, but stay tuned for next week.